related to Arvind Kejriwal. Remember, the hearing has begun in the top court. There is no relief for Arvind Kejriwal. That's the big news coming in. Arvind Kejriwal had challenged High Court's judgment that had dismissed his petition, calling the arrest illegal as far as the remand is concerned. Remember, Arvind Kejriwal in the argument said that all of that was being done to stop him from campaign, that this was politically motivated and that there was no evidence. There were very strong High Court observations that came in dismissing his petition. Now we have Bhavtosh getting us more details. Bhavtosh, what happened in the top court? We're given to understand no relief for Kejriwal?
Well, as of now, no relief for Kejriwal, but Abhishek Manu Singhvi again said that the whole arrest has been done only to prevent Arvind Kejriwal from campaigning. The arrest was to disable me, as in like Arvind Kejriwal, from campaigning. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta objected to this. Justice Khanna, in fact, said that he is issuing notice returnable on the week commencing 29th April 2024. By 24th April 2024, Enforcement Directorate has to file its reply. Singhvi, in fact, asked for a date which is earlier than that, to which Justice Khanna declined, and he said that that is the most shortable date or shortest date that is available for him to, in fact,
All right. Bhavtosh, stay on with us. We also have Manjinder Singh Sirsa joining us on the broadcast. Your first comments on the reports coming in from the Supreme Court. No relief to Arvind Kejriwal.
So basically, Arvind Kejriwal, there is a better watertight, strong case against Arvind Kejriwal ji. He is directly involved in this liquor scam and excise policy. So I don't think that any court will give any kind of a relief. If you have gone through the order of Honorable High Court, the High Court has categorically said that we got sufficient evidence on record which proves that Arvind Kejriwal ji is directly involved in a money laundering, policy modification, and the policy was drafted solely for the purpose of corruption. So one thing is clear, that when there is sufficient evidence, there is a proceeds of crime evidence is there, the policies evidence is there, the people who has transferred the money, the people are on record and the evidence is there, the statement of the people who have transferred the money to Goa, their people's statement. So I don't think that any court will give him.
Mr. Sirsa, at least till the next hearing, which is on the 29th of April, there is no relief. Also, permission has not been given for campaigning. I believe that was what Arvind Kejriwal's counsel sought, that he wanted to campaign for election, but the Supreme Court has refused permission.
See, that too, I cannot comment on why they refused and what they refused, but one thing is for clear, that when the evidence is there, no court will go into the case unless until there is a strong case in the favor of Arvind.
All right, Mr. Sirsa, I request you to please stay on with us. We also have political analyst Piyush Joshi. Piyush Joshi, no relief from the top court, at least till the 29th. That's when the next hearing is, and no permission for campaigning as well.
Well, definitely this comes as a disappointment for each and every Aam Aadmi Party supporter, as Kejriwal ji is definitely the top star campaigner when it comes to Aam Aadmi Party. So it is going to set the tone a little back as far as the Aam Aadmi Party's election campaign is concerned. But as far as the case is concerned, it does not come as a surprise because of the nuances intricated inside the PMLA Act. So I'm not surprised when it comes to the case as such, but definitely I'm disappointed.
So you are seeing this as a disappointment or a setback only in terms of election campaigning. Thank you, Piyush Joshi. Let's in fact go across to our legal editor, Harish Nair. Harish, help us understand what happened in the court. We're given to understand till 29th. That's when the next hearing is. So no relief. The petition was against the High Court judgment.
Yes, that's right, Swati. No relief for Kejriwal, no relief even in the terms of permission for campaigning in the first phase. He had sought permission for campaigning in the Lok Sabha election, but Supreme Court has refused that interim relief also, despite Abhishek Manu Singhvi, senior advocate, pressing for it. So today, basically, the Supreme Court has admitted the petition filed by Arvind Kejriwal challenging his arrest and subsequent remand. He has challenged the Delhi High Court judgment. At the outset, Abhishek Manu Singhvi tried to explain the case like this unprecedented case where the entire arrest is based on the statement of several co-accused who had turned approvers, and till the 10th statement, most of them had not even named Kejriwal. Suddenly, and this statement they had for the past 9 months, this arrest has come suddenly but Supreme Court was not in a mood to hear the arguments today, saying that today we'll just issue the notice, reserve your arguments for the next date of hearing, that is the week commencing April 29th. So the reply of the Enforcement Directorate has been sought by April 24th. In between, Abhishek Manu Singhvi sought some interim relief in the form of permission to Arvind Kejriwal, being the chief of the Aam Aadmi Party, for campaigning in the crucial Lok Sabha elections, but that has been turned down by the Supreme Court. This comes as a huge setback for Arvind Kejriwal, as you rightly said, Swati. So remember, Arvind Kejriwal has centered his entire arguments as per the petition that the four approvers like C. Arvind, in fact, the Reddy, three Reddy, Sharath Reddy, Raghav Reddy, and also there are 3-4 approvers in fact, the entire arrest is based on their statement. This was the claims, and this statement the ED had for the last 9 months, but that has been pressed now, and that is the basis of his arrest. And Kejriwal has also argued that
Sanjay Singh, everyone else is behind bars. In fact, K. Kavita was also sent to judicial custody after the CBI produced her, when their custody ended.
Yes, that is right. In fact, even K. Kavita's remand has been extended today. That also comes on a day when the Supreme Court has heard Arvind Kejriwal's petition. He has also, even the High Court, he had pressed saying that he needs some interim relief because he cannot be considered to be a flight risk. He has not tampered with evidence. He has not influenced any witnesses. So even he has passed the triple test. Therefore, he required some interim relief. He has said that remember, Swati, what is important is that he had called the arrest as politically motivated, political vengeance in timing for the Lok Sabha election, and has said that this is nothing but an attempt to silence him before the Lok Sabha election, disable him from campaigning. But the High Court has trashed that argument, saying that in fact you cannot choose, in fact the ED cannot be blamed for choosing the time for arrest, because you have been issued 9 summonses, and during the last 6 months, if we had appeared on the first date of hearing, that would not have been in timing for the elections. So you have pushed yourself to such a situation where you have been arrested just before elections. And High Court had clearly told Kejriwal that this is a case between ED and Kejriwal, and not between centre and Kejriwal, or between a political party and Kejriwal.
The Chief Minister of the National Capital that you cannot decide how the probe will take place, and as far as the question on timing is concerned, the court made very strong observations on that as well. Bhavtosh is also with us on the broadcast. Bhavtosh, like earlier when we were discussing about K. Kavita's judicial custody, is it now, in terms of investigation, going to be CBI's turn to question Arvind Kejriwal? That's what we have seen, the pattern in the Liquourgate case, isn't it?
Yes, Swati, in fact, those CBI officials are very tight-lipped, but it could be possible that Arvind Kejriwal will be questioned inside Tihar jail, because the arrest of K. Kavita itself was very dramatic. She was questioned last week and then subsequently placed under arrest. Her lawyer said that it was an infringement of Article 21 of India's constitution. CBI said they were within their right to arrest her. What CBI officials have said is that once they get sanctioned under 17A of Prevention of Corruption Act, then they will question Arvind Kejriwal. Now, what has happened in Supreme Court will have a direct bearing on the ED's case, primarily because ED is expected to file its prosecution complaint in this case in the first week of May. That is within the stipulated time which is available for them in PMLA case. So it could be possible that while ED filed its reply by 24th of April, they would also be pressing for filing of its prosecution complaint in this case, which is akin to a charge sheet against both K. Kavita as well as Arvind Kejriwal by May 10th. So this whole petition that Arvind Kejriwal has filed can also turn infructuous as far as ED's case is concerned. ED has said that they have done their groundwork. They have in fact moved step by step. They had issued several summons to Arvind Kejriwal. Once they have done so, they had arrested him. Now, they have said that very fact that the High Court had termed the arrest as legal. They had said that they have built a strong case, and the fact that Supreme Court has not given him any immediate relief means that they prima facie there is a case against Arvind Kejriwal, and they have said that their evidence, their case has been vetted at various levels. Remember, this case started way back in August 2022, and it's now it's in fact in April we have entered April 2024. They have said that if their evidence, if their case was weak, then it would have completely been trashed by the court.
In fact, as far as the evidence is concerned, the High Court also, and I want to bring in Harish in here, the High Court also observed that the agency has enough material to arrest you. It was your non-cooperation or not responding to the summons that has led to this consequence, which was of arrest. And as of today, the Supreme Court has said nothing as far as the arrest is concerned. Of course, the hearing will take place next now on the 29th of April. We'll have to wait to see what happens then.
Yes, that's right, Swati. In fact, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, who was leading the legal team of Arvind Kejriwal, tried to make some arguments, but Justice Sanjeev Khanna clearly told him that today we are just admitting your appeal, issuing notice to ED. We need the response before we can begin a proper hearing. The Supreme Court said, please reserve your arguments for the next date of hearing, that is week commencing April 29, and the next date, the reply has been to be filed by the ED by April 24th. And coming to a question, Swati, it's very clear that High Court had said there is prima facie evidence against Arvind Kejriwal of, in fact, money laundering, for formulation of the policy, for asking for kickback, in fact, regarding kickbacks, and also using the proceeds of crime for the Goa election. This is the prima facie finding of the High Court, based on which High Court had very clearly said, Justice Swarnkant Sharma had said, his arrest is not illegal, so we are not interfering. Against that, Kejriwal had come to Supreme Court. Today, he has not got any interim relief, especially when Abhishek Manu Singhvi had sought some kind of interim relief for him to campaign, being the head of the Aam Aadmi Party and also being the Delhi Chief Minister. He sought at least a permission for campaigning in the first phase, but no, Supreme Court was not in a mood to grant, to indulge this request, and therefore, as of now, as things stand, the biggest takeaways are four. Number one, Kejriwal's appeal against his arrest and subsequent remand has been admitted. Number two, Enforcement Directorate has been asked to respond to Kejriwal's appeal. Number three, the next date of hearing has been fixed for week commencing April 29. ED has been asked to submit its reply to Kejriwal's petition by April 24. And the fifth most important point is that, Swati, there is no interim relief for Arvind Kejriwal. He has not secured permission for campaigning for the Lok Sabha elections.
Okay, no permission granted by the top court for campaigning for the Lok Sabha elections. Harish Bhavto, stay on with us. A lot of politics has also been playing out, remember, and several leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party have been maintaining that Kejriwal is not being treated right while he continues to stay, while he continues to be behind the bars in Tihar jail. A big charge by Bhagwant Mann that Kejriwal is being treated like a terrorist. We play out that reaction as well.
जो हार्डकोर क्रिमिनल होते हैं, जो खतरनाक अपराधी होते हैं, उनके वाली सहूलतें भी नहीं मिलती। मतलब क्या कसूर, क्या मतलब अरविंद केजरीवाल का कसूर क्या है? तो आप उनको ऐसे ट्रीट कर रहे हो जैसे बहुत देश का बहुत बड़ा आतंकवादी पकड़ लिया हो। 1 to 1 एक कमरे में बिठा के वो मुलाकात कराते थे। आज शीशे के पार जैसे बहुत बड़ा कोई हार्डकोर क्रिमिनल जो है वो बैठा हो सामने, शीशे के पार फोन पे बात करवाई। मतलब हद हैरानी की। मोदी जी चाहते क्या हैं? मतलब ऐसे ये ट्रीटमेंट मिलेगी क्या?